Hello there, it's your girl Daphne back with another video. This time I'm bringing you 4 watermelon themed DIYs. Let's get started. So we're going to get started on our first DIY, this lantern that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. I'm just giving it one coat of Mod Podge. I just want to coat it so that once I add the paint, it should be able to go on nice and even without any streaks. So I'm going to get started mixing up my green paint. The paint that I have actually is a little old, but I have to work with what I have. It's a neon green, so I'm just adding a little black acrylic paint and I'm going to mix it up and see what color comes out. If I don't like it, I can just go back in with just the neon green as a top layer. So guys, I broke my last tripod when I was filming my brother's makeover. So I have a new tripod that I just received today, the day that I'm doing this voiceover. So the next video that I record should be with my new tripod. But leave me a comment down below and let me know if you like this camera angle. I'm really liking the way that this red color paint is adhering to this glass lantern. I'm laying it on really thick because I want it to look like it's a little drippy and I want it to be really saturated in color. I'd like to introduce myself again. My name is Daphne. I'd like to welcome anyone that is new to my channel that just clicked on my video for the first time today. Welcome. And for all of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. On my channel, I do all things homemaking. I do decor, I do makeovers, I do shopping, I do cooking, cleaning, I do lawn work and garden. I do all things that you have to do on a daily basis to keep your home running. And I like to share content twice per week. So if this sounds like something that's interesting to you, I hope that you subscribe. So to finish this off, I'm just going in with a little red, white dotted ribbon. And that's it. This one is finished and it looks absolutely adorable. So for my second DIY, I'm just using a leftover Easter Dollar Tree sign and I'm using the back side of it. And I'm just going in with a little of that same green paint that I mixed up. And we're just going to go in and we're going to paint around the edges. I'm doing about 1.5 inches border around. And I'm also going in with a second coat of just the neon green so that I have undertones and lighter tones. And I'm just going in and trying to work with this paint. It's really difficult because I do need to get another batch of paint. So for the inner portion of this sign, I'm using some leftover checker fabric, and I'm just tracing out the same shape as the sign itself. And then I'm just going to paint around the edges so that it's a finished look. So we're gonna have fun with this sign. So I went into Cricut Design Space and I just selected a font and also a watermelon. And I cut it out, I weeded it, and I transferred it. And now I'm just going to go in and use the easy press, and I'm going to adhere it to the fabric. If you'd like a full tutorial on Cricut Design Space and just making basic decals, I will link in the card and also in the description a complete tutorial for you. Now, I really like this watermelon decal because it's a layered effect. So I went in with like the pinkish color inside of the watermelon, and then I'm just going in with an outline of the black, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And now I'm going to be attaching the fabric, which is the centerpiece of the sign. I'm just using a little Mod Podge, and I'm applying it evenly, and I'm also going to be applying it to the green portion of the sign as well, so that it has a nice finished effect. So I always get questions how I use my DIYs, or if I actually do use them. And I always try to work all of my DIYs into my decor. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be staging all of my DIYs from this video on my patio bar cart. So make sure that you watch till the end. So our next DIY is going to be a beaded garland. This is our third DIY, and on my channel I have done beaded garland. I believe it was actually my first DIY video that I recorded for this channel. So what I'll do is I will link in the cards and also description that original beaded garland tutorial. It's very detailed, and it also includes how to make a tassel. So right here I am just painting with the same red paint some of the wooden beads, and I'm also going to be painting about 6 beads in the neon green color. I already on hand have white beads that I always keep painted, so I'm going to be working that into the garland as well, and also the natural wood color. So you want to start out with a piece of Scotch tape at the end so that it makes it easy to feed the beads onto your twine or yarn, whatever you're going to be using to string the garland. And you just make the pattern, that you want. I used about 5 natural beads to 1 red bead, 1 white bead, and 1 green, and I just alternated it that way. And I have one of these little wheels that I got from Joanne Craft. I've used it in a couple of other DIYs, so I just painted it that same red, and then I put the black seeds on it. And then on the other side I'm going to be using the red and white ribbon that I used on the past DIY to just make a little tassel. So all of these watermelon theme DIYs are going to work perfectly into my Juneteenth barbecue that I'll be having at my house. So the decorations at the end will also be used for my barbecue. So I'm just getting a jump start on how I'm going to be arranging it. So leave me a comment down below if you'll be celebrating Juneteenth this year. So our fourth and final DIY is just going to be a watermelon slice pedestal, and I'm using one of my decor raw edge wood slices, and I usually use these. I have a set of 3. I use them as like a centerpiece on my dining room table. So I decided that I would be very careful and not get any paint on the reverse side. And I would use the reverse side and turn it into a nice fun watermelon slice. So I used the red paint in the center. I put 2 coats, and now I'm just going in with a little green paint around the edges. And what I do is I just use a pedestal, and I use a removable pedestal base so that I could create different types of pedestal without them having to be permanently attached. So in a previous video, I showed how to make the little pedestal that you see me using in different DIYs. I know in my last DIY in the lemon pedestal, I used that same base. So I'll link in the cards and in the description how I created this pedestal. I'm not going to be attaching it with any glue. It's just going to be removable. And it looks absolutely amazing. And it's going to look really nice on my bar cart. And here are all the DIYs. And here is the staging outside. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really going to enjoy being out there with my family. So I hope that you enjoy. So I'd just like to remind you, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate your support each and every week. And I also want to remind you to share the video with any friends and family that might like my content. And also, if you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. And until the next time, have a blessed day.